So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. And as you can see, we've already started here. Neatly clipped into space, and he can clear it away. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. Aimed beyond the defence, and this is Messi. He's onside, and the shot! Well, that is commitment to the cause. Lazio with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And now they can spring out of defence.
Here's a guy that qualifies as one of the best defensive midfielders to ever play the game.
Patrick Vieira, the pillar of strength.
Yeah, aggression, hard tackling, they're the foundations of his game. But he can turn defence into attack very quickly and show his terrific athleticism and real power.
Lam plays it in. Defending of the desperate variety. Over to the left.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Ernest. Bellingham. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
And here's Suarez. Ernest. And it's Bellingham. Roberto Carlos. Cross to the back post. A header! And the ball's come loose here. And he's following up. Oh, and that is really good tenacity. Lazio have their second corner now. And now a sudden chance to counter. Botafogo, so far providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Vieira. Lazio finding their passes. Great chance! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Lazio have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
And it's Bellingham. Knocks it into space. Chooses to go back. Vieira powering forward here. Ernest looking for the run. That's an excellent interception. Lam is one whose deliveries we all know about. Played towards the other side.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Bellingham. Bellingham! Vieira. It's Roberto Carlos. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And he's being shifted off it. Well, that's a danger. And the shot! He's got a goal! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Messi is standing over this one.
Well, I suppose from the opposition's viewpoint, this was to be avoided.
Messi! Oh, the ball's run loose here. And it's Bellingham. Real chance! And it's hoisted clear. Mbappe.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Roberto Carlos. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Hoeneß really struggling to influence the game.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
Sends it crossfield.
Il quarto uomo indica 2 minuti di recupero.
And it's Seedorf. Vieira. Well, now it's a race for the ball. And the referee brings the first half to a close. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, I think the manager should be pretty happy that his side managed to come in on level terms. Things seem to be going a little against them, but they stemmed the tide, got their equaliser, and I think we're in for an exciting second half now.
Well, it's been intriguing stuff so far, and it's 1-1 at the break. Both teams hoping for a pick-me-up in the second half. Botafogo get the second half started. That's been cut out, well played. Bellingham, always looking for that half a chance. Messi picks it up out wide. Deflected behind for a corner kick. Corner number 3 coming up. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Botafogo have the chance to go the other way. Vieira. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Mbappe is the key defender on that occasion. Mbappe tries looking up for options on the left. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Vieira. Roberto Carlos. That's good play. Cross deflected behind for a corner.
Cambio di giocatori.
Corner number 4 coming up here. Tries a shot! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
They're up to 5 corners now. This looks... and he'll shoot here! And that has been clubbed away. And here's Suarez. Shifted it to the flank. Roberto, it's a mighty effort!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Can he get it through? Botafogo perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. That's good pressure, good intensity.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they...
Can he finish? And he was there to get a vital touch.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
They've played it short. Fired deep to... he gets big! That needed to be better, and he knows it.
Yeah, some good movement inside the box. No shortage of targets here.
That's a good run down the left. Swings in across. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. Roberto Carlos. And it's Seedorf. Bullet. Seedorf conjures time and space where few can. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him. We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. It's Bale! Well, the contact was true enough. The aim wasn't quite.
Well, that was smashed with venom, violence even. All he had to do was hit the target. It's such a shame.
Sostituzione per la Lazio. Numero 9.
We have got changes here, from both sides in fact.
Numero 7. Cristiano Ronaldo.
Lam.
Numero 10.
Botafogo will have one further opportunity to make a substitution after this, their latest change. Nedved. And it's Roberto Carlos. If we're going to get a winner, it's got to come now.
That's positional goals, the utilisation of space.
Roberto Carlos. And he's made sure that's not getting through.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Looking to play him in. And he's certainly onside here. Big header! Oh no, that could be a costly miss.
Bullet has delivered a really costly miss. It could have been their last chance to win it.
Sostituzione per la Lazio. Numero
It's their
17,
second corner of the game.
Roberto Carlos. Lascia il campo per il numero 27.
Oh, what a climb! And somehow he managed to miss it. That'll be a throw-in. But it's Lam. Passing is crisp and sharp. Maldini gets across to intercept that. Now it's Bale. And the counter is on. Ferdinand.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Now it's Rafinha. Tries to play it through.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Now it's Pele. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Now it's Rafinha. 4 added minutes on the board. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Eto'o. And this is Eto'o. Flashes it across. Desperate defending required here. And that was very necessary. Threads one in. And we're done. So it's ended all square, both sides showing battling qualities and neither willing to give in. So Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Yeah, this looked the most likely outcome, but we've had a good variety in this game, despite it being anticlimactic.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. We have already started here. So, Jim, this feels like a lineup designed to counter threats out wide, is that it?
Yeah, you will in theory have the numerical advantage, Peter, on the wings. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge for the opposition to try to get past you. On the other hand, you're essentially inviting your opponent.
Big chance! One-on-one! And they've been given a corner.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Lam plays it short. Lazio have the chance to go the other way. Good ball, good take. He is through here. Can he finish? Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
One of the game's best ever, Cristiano Ronaldo. He brings the power to whatever he does, and his unquenchable thirst for goals is always an enjoyable sideshow. It's very rare he fails to leave his mark.
Hard to disagree with that. It is the sort of situation he thrives in. Can he get it through? Mbappe! Yeah. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Seedorf conjures time and space where few can. Botafogo are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. And it's Messi. Ferdinand. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Hernes. Seedorf. Seedorf takes control of it and he's on the move. Roberto Carlos gets into a good position.
Oh, how that cross missed everyone is an absolute mystery to me. It warranted a finishing touch.
Seedorf! Bellingham. Roberto Carlos. Vieira. And it's Vieira. Ferdinand kept his eye on it, and he's there. Hernes. He's a sharp little ball here. Ibrahimovic was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Lam. Nice control. And it's Bellingham. No, he's not getting any further than that.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Now it's Mbappe. Seedorf. Vieira. Out to the right. He's found a way through. Certain amount of room for debate here, but a goal kick's been given. Roberto Carlos. That's Maldini. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Mbappe. Still looking for the first breakthrough, and it is nearly half-time now. Vieira does well to get it back. He won't be happy with that one. Ibrahimovic. It's Ibrahimovic! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Botafogo have their second corner now. Lam goes short. Lam charging forward down that flank. Didn't quite get enough on that.
Look, the defending wasn't too clever on that last chance. The cross had to be denied.
Botafogo have their third corner. Seedorf! And oh, he's got that completely wrong. Lam is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Seedorf powering forward here. Lam. That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. Lam. Oh, strongly challenged there. Seedorf. He can run onto that. And it's Roberto Carlos.
Ci sarà un
Yeah.
minuto di recupero.
He ran himself into trouble there. Free kick given away. Seedorf. He is just caressing the ball. Oh, well played, well played. And there's the end of the first half. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. The midway point of the game.
Botafogo really did turn up the tempo at the end of the half, and while they'll be disappointed not to have broken through, obviously, the chances will come, provided they can keep producing good spells. It's been a half with significantly more positives than negatives, I feel.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break.
Cambio di giocatori.
That gets things going for the second half. So neither side has yet broken through. Hones! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
So their fourth corner of the game. And it's been taken short. Goes for goal! No, not quite.
Well, let's just consider that one a rangefinder, Peter. It certainly wasn't troubling the goalkeeper.
Botafogo come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
Tries a shot! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench.
Look, a little variation can't hurt here because they've got no previous.
Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Over to the left. Swings in across. The corner count is rising. That's 6. They've played it short. Chance to deliver. Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
And that's gone loose. Goalless still, and either side really getting onto the front foot. That's really well manoeuvred. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. And it's Messi. Threads one in. Oh, shooting chance! Goal! The breakthrough strike! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Attenzione, una sostituzione.
Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. Lazio have fired themselves in front.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
And he's decided to go for it. Oh, he hit that sweetly.
Nothing wrong with the idea. Inches away.
Bullet being hunted in packs.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up in the process, Peter.
That's a shade optimistic. Bellingham. Botafogo can breathe again, just.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Oh no, that was never going to make it. Now it's Luis Suarez. No, he wasn't going to let him past. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Now it's Luis Suarez! They've scored! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Sostituzione per la Lazio. Numero 10.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Numero 22.
Botafogo grabbed the equaliser and we're all square.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
Lovely feet. De Jong. Aimed beyond the defence. Played in with purpose.
Sostituzione per la Lazio. Numero 9. Luis Suarez. Lascia il campo per il numero 6. Ibrahimovic.
Maldini with the clearance. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Now it's Roberto Carlos. That's tidy. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him. They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
And it's Azar. Nicely weighted ball.
Botafogo clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Roberto Carlos picks it up out wide. In towards the back. Up he goes! It's fallen kindly here. Goal! Lazio! front. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Sostituzione per la Lazio. Numero 17, Roberto Carlos.
The changes then in quick succession. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, Peter, the manager's all smiles, but he's got a big decision to make here. He needs to see this one out.
Now the cross. Oh, what a... Oh, it's fallen loose again! And it's in! And surely that does it! Perfect time! Decisive strike! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, that's not the best attempt by the keeper, and he's just paid the ultimate price, hasn't he?
Lazio take a 2-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down, but they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
That pass has been well intercepted. Vieira. De Jong. Can he get on the end of this? Tries to pass it through, and he's in on goal. And smartly reclaimed. Araujo. Lam. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Very nicely done. And that will be the final act. Botafogo perhaps ended up out of ideas and out of steam. Some warm applause and acknowledgement of the effort put in by the players, but that does not hide the overall disappointment. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, Peter, I really couldn't see what this team was trying to achieve, whether it's the manager's message not getting through or not.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. There's the whistle, and here we go. Philip Lahm, Jim Beglin, one of the greatest fullbacks ever, perhaps.
Oh, without doubt, Peter. He's definitely in that category when it comes to legendary players. I don't think I've seen someone as adaptable, as dependable.
And a chance! Well, now it's a race for the ball. And it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Ernest. Oh, easy pickings there. Messi. Lahm. Chooses to go cross-field. That is ended up in no man's land. They're urging him to shoot. Vieira. Oh, they can break here. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. And it's Luis Suarez. Tries to pass it through. Bellingham.
That's a modern defender's instinct from a modern coach's mindset. What a letdown when you've got such presence and movement.
It's not an especially good pass, that. And that's definitely not his best. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
And here's Ibrahimovic. It's Ibrahimovic! That's a half-decent try. And here's Seedorf. Roberto Carlos. Ball swung in. And that's the keeper's ball. Well timed, excellent interception. Ernest. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Vieira. So a third of the match, or thereabouts, gone, and we still await the first goal. Roberto Carlos is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Bellingham gets into a good position. And it's Roberto Carlos.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
And it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
Lahm is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Roberto Carlos is in a really good position out wide. Oh, what a climb! Goal, Lazio! And Lazio score first. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Lazio have fired themselves in front.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos delivers.
That's good defensive concentration.
Well, they've got it again. Lahm looking for the run, and this is Messi. Lahm plays it in, climbs up big. Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And we have our very first corner. Oh, beautifully shaped ball. And now a sudden chance to counter. Vieira. Maldini. That's Vieira. And it's Vieira. Mbappe. Passing is crisp and sharp. And they can counter here. Roberto Carlos goes steaming forward. Seedorf. Now it's Mbappe. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball.
Botafogo truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Vieira. And here's Suarez. Now it's Mbappe. And he plays one through. And this is Ibrahimovic. Can he finish? It's in! They are right back in business.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away.
Chance for a shot! Oh, he's been caught napping. Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
And the first half is done. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. Some first-half thoughts?
I think the manager should be pretty happy that his side managed to come in on level terms. Things seem to be going a little against them, but they stemmed the tide, got their equaliser, and I think we're in for an exciting second half now.
Well, it's been a tight game, but one that's packed with incident and talking points. A decent watch this, and it's 1-1 at half-time. So we're into the second 45. And it's Lam.
Oh, really well played.
Now this could be a chance. Crosses it in here. Maldini getting this one clear.
Is that the first time we've seen them try that? It's definitely given the opposition a little more to think about.
Now it's Luis Suarez. Messi. And here's Suarez. Now it's Roberto Carlos. Bellingham. And here's Messi. He's in a good position. And the finish! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Suarez clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
It's their second corner of the game. Vieira is there, and he can get that clear. Bellingham. Botafogo have the chance to go the other way. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Seedorf. He really is being given no time to think on the ball now.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
Pressing high and with purpose. And it's Bellingham. That is good strength. Roberto Carlos goes on a run down the left wing. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Ernest has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. He has found a way through. Now the ball in. That has been knocked clear.
That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game. Perfect positioning. Well played.
He's gone for goal! It's wide, but only just.
Well, I think the defence are breathing a big sigh of relief here. He really spanked that, and it wasn't far away at all.
Sostituzione per la Lazio. Numero 10.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Numero 20. Attenzione, un cambio.
Botafogo do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Lam tries to play it through. He's in plenty of space here. It's a goal kick. Bellingham, looking to play him in. Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos got a long way forward to join the attack. Gullit gets flagged offside. There's going to be another change here.
Numero 22, numero 9, Luis Suarez. Lasciano il campo per il numero 15, il numero 6,
Bellingham.
Ibrahimovic.
Pele receives it in a good position here. And it's Lam. And this is Pele. Shot a goal!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Ball's out, it'll be a throw-in again. Now this could be a chance, and this is... He's having a shot! And that's a real chance missed.
Bale has delivered a really costly miss. It could have been their last chance to win it.
That's a nicely shaped ball. And the shot!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Roberto Carlos. He's under a lot of pressure there.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Roberto Carlos. Well, the defence just about came out on... Oh, shooting chance! Now, who's going to be first to this? Bellingham.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Pele. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Well read, nice interception.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Big header! Oh, yes, it's there! Late in the day, this could well be it! It was a great header, and time is up. Well, that turned out to be quite a game. Both sides committed, determined, driven, and whilst you might argue to the contrary, perhaps a fair result on the balance of things. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, obviously they'll be disappointed with the loss, but, you know, they'll be back on the training ground working through their problems that will undoubtedly have been highlighted.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening. Hello and welcome one and all, the atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening, the skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. If you're just joining us, we are already on the way. Lam delivers. Keeper has taken decisive action. Oh, easy pickings there. Now, what about a counter-attack?
There's a player on this pitch who shines above the rest, and we're talking defence.
And that is?
Well, it's got to be Paolo Maldini.
Who's arguing?
Yeah, and he's a living, breathing symbol of leadership, loyalty and devotion to his craft. What a player.
Ferdinand. Messi. And that's a foul. Simple decision for the referee. Messi. Gives it back. Lazio finding their passes. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Fair to say, I think a cautious start from both teams. Nesta. Oh, that's a key interception. Into the channel.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
And that has been cleared. Crossed in again. And that has been knocked clear. And we have our very first corner. That's a throw. And it's Lam. And this is Messi. Nicely weighted ball.
Well, it seems as if the message has been issued by both managers: don't concede the opener.
Oh, this looks sharp. Bellingham. Roberto Carlos is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. And he's managed to get free. Bellingham. Now it's Roberto Carlos. Oh, super ball. Here's Roberto Carlos. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Lam. Can he spark a counter here? Ferdinand. Now it's Mbappe. Bellingham.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
And it's Roberto Carlos. And now the breakaway. Vieira. Seedorf tries to pass it through. Big chance! Goal! Botafogo! And Botafogo are in front. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So the full chance! An attempt which, in hindsight, was probably just beyond him.
Oh, he's usually such a good finisher.
Ibrahimovic is offering some sort of an apology there.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Messi, very much a man of this moment. 1-0 here just before the break, and it looks as though it's going to stay that way for now. Ferdinand makes the interception, and they can counter here. Lam. He's got away, and it's Lam. Lam got a long way forward to join the attack. That's a throw. And it's a crossfield ball towards the other flank. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Lam. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to save from up here, I know. Lam gets across and deals with it. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Messi is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
And there's the end of the first half. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Reflections on the first half?
Haven't played that badly. Getting caught again on the counter-attack is unlikely. They're switched on to that and still very much in this game.
Botafogo have played well here and they have the all-important lead. It's 1-0. And we're underway again. A solitary goal. That has been the crucial difference. And here's Mbappe. Looking for options for movement.
Mbappe really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
In towards the back stick.
Okay, it didn't quite come off. The execution, I think, needs a retry, maybe with a better outcome.
Roberto Carlos. Lam. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Roberto Carlos. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Fired deep towards the back post. Played back. Cristiano Ronaldo! Firm header just off target.
That's a great attempt, although he clearly feels he should have done better with it.
Attenzione, una sostituzione.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Seedorf. And here's Roberto Carlos. Quick look, then plays it in. That's a decent clearance. Botafogo are still that goal to the good. Now it's Rafael Leao. Lam. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, Peter, if they're attempting to see out the game with such a narrow advantage, there's room for trouble. I just think they're sending out the wrong message. This could backfire.
Hazard will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Rafael Leao. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside.
Sostituzione per la Lazio.
Well,
Numero
look, they
22.
know they've got a height
Numero
advantage,
10.
and it's time for them to use it.
Lasciano il campo per il numero 15, il numero 20. Attenzione, un cambio.
They've played it short. Lam plays it. Big header! And now they can spring out of defence. Botafogo have now used up all but one of their substitution windows. That's good pressure, good intensity.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up in the process, Peter.
He is through here. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Lovely bit of skill. Lam plays it in.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed approach.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
That has been cut short. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Encourage the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace. Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Shot, surely! Vieira. Lam. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
1-0 as we head towards the end. Shifted it to the flank. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos charging forward, the ball at his feet. Out for a throw.
Sostituzione per la Lazio. Numero 9, Luis Suarez. Numero 7.
I think we're just about done here.
Numero 17.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it. Lazio really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Vieira. And it's Serginho. De Jong. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Maldini. Quality ball. And we're done. Botafogo have done it. Their solitary strike ultimately proving just enough. A terrific win, however you look at it. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Yeah, clean sheets and hard grind will help you go places, and they have a resolve that'll envy many.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening.